this camera together. Just realized it was looking trashy. All right, peace and love, Imara Ifaui here. Not sure which camera works best because I really don't know a lot about these iPhones, but I am going to turn it this way. So I'm on my way to Hortifruti or whatever the hell they call their little grocery stores, their neighborhood stores that have tons of fruit and all that good stuff. So I thought I'd take you out with me for a few minutes before I get to work this morning, just to see on a little vertical live the area a bit. So I'm in an area called Sumerezinho. Can't do a lot here because you really have to watch your phone in Brazil. You can't really be out with your phone all freed up. So as you can see across the street, everywhere you go, it's a lot of muraling. So it's a very kind of art-centered city. Just watching my phone. This area that I'm in right here is, I don't want to say upscale. It's not really upscale. It's kind of more medium, but it's like right of here and out that way is like an area they call Villa Madalena that is just kind of very, very much some of the people that have more money in the region. So, bom dia.
Bom dia. Tá bem?
Tô bem, obrigada. Vou bem. So I wanted to just show you this place. As you see, people are super friendly here. You come in, and so one of the things I like about Brazil is that they give you a lot of choices of like just natural, pure food. They don't be having a whole lot of stuff in it. You don't have to do or just be doing that American life where you gotta be like overly scrutinized and everything. I mean, of course, yes, you do need to look at your ingredients and everything, but you see just at the local grocery store that's just on the corner, we've got quinoa. If you're into that, I don't even eat quinoa myself, but all these nuts that don't have many ingredients, seeds and banana chips that don't have much going on, rice cakes if you're into the rice cake thing, granolas that are just clean. So shopping here isn't no huge deal because it's cheap. For instance, you can get this bag, see if you're into oats and stuff like that, 10.99 reais is like basically maybe a little, it's like $2 basically. So $2 for a bag of oats, right? So obviously something like that in the States would be maybe about double that. It depends, because obviously if you go to Kroger, you're going to get a deal on something like some oats. But I'm just saying overall, like where I was living in the Virgin Islands, forget about it. They got milk. Not to say I don't never get no deals, but it was hard. Different types of milks. They do their milk in boxes, cheeses, beers. They're going to have some alcohol in the place. Here, even you come to the bread rack, and unlike in the States where the gluten-free bread will be kept in the back, in the, what's it called? In the, shit, sorry, I can't even think straight. The gluten-free bread will be kept in, the refrigeration system, right? But here they do keep some of it. Sometimes you'll find some places will keep it out on the rack. I can't really do the gluten-free bread because it'd be having like too much soy stuff in it. But I do mess with gluten-free bread sometimes if I can find a good one in the States. Haven't found that good one yet here, but the health kind of more like our Whole Foods here is up the road, and I'm kind of planning on going there today. Okay, and then for my favorite part of this entire thing is, the most freshest. I mean, if you've seen how fresh the food was here, it's absolutely incredible. Like, it's just a very fresh place. It's kind of tight in here, and they're working and getting ready for the day, so I won't stay too long, but it's a different level of produce that you deal with here in Brazil. And this is just even for, this is stuff that I can't verify if it's organic or not. So it's not like my favorite thing to do every single day. But if I need to just grab some onions or grab something, at least I know I can come get some fresh fruit, right? So it's like, this is the vibes here. I don't want to get over there because he's over there working right now. Everything be having seeds pretty much, and not like it's just like a bunch of seedless craziness going on. So yeah, this is, the avocados are beautiful. They have those kind. They have the more Haas style. And you got to think Brazil's a huge agricultural place. So, you're going to get everything is going to be fresher, and there's just more options, right? So we love that. Love that. They love a lot of quail eggs here if you're into eggs. The tomatoes are delicious. There's so much deliciousness here, you know. And I do need to go shopping, but for now I can just grab a few things here just to like stave us over for the day. Plus my son is sick. Everybody's kind of getting sick because they weren't prepared for the weather shifts that we would encounter here. We have lived here before, but I don't know. I thought it was a little bit warmer, like a warmer time of year, or I wasn't clear. I was looking at the weather, but I didn't know how it would impact us numbers wise. But it's feeling not too cold, but it was enough of a shift for my family that they wasn't feeling too good with it. So yeah, here is the Hortifruti. Sorry to have to be rushy, but I got to work, honey, and these folks are in here working, and I don't want to be all chit-chatting and in the way, right? But yeah, so I was trying to show you, go back and look at the video, but yeah, so they have all the things, but my favorite section is definitely the produce section. They have beautiful greens and stuff like that. You'll never be short on fresh food in Brazil. That's one thing I can tell you. You just will never be short on fresh food. And I love that, you know. That's something that's a real blessing, you know. Look at the veggie section. If you go and look, it's not like when you go to Kroger or Publix and the food and you look in there and half of it's rotted and all that. Like they take pride in how they present the vegetables and they're not going to bring them to you if they are, you know, nasty in most places, especially somewhere like here, a Hortifruti here in São Paulo area. So, and then they just have their little snack section. I mean, you know, this is a small store here on the corner by my house. We also have like our whole food types and, you know, organic co-ops and stuff like that. So there is a lot here. It is a really, really dope city. Very dope city. Gives you a lot of what you need. But yeah, I'm going to cut this off or at least check out and then I'll jump back on, okay? I'm going to jump back on in a second, but let me go ahead and check out because I don't want to have these people on the camera. I try to be respectful of folks, you know, because I hate to have the camera all up in people's faces and stuff. But yeah, they got all the little bars, the different candies and stuff like that. But I mean, for sure, all the fresh eggs and the vegetables and the fruits. I mean, you can get the exotic fruits inside the store. It's not like you got to go. Yes, they'll be out on the street too. And yes, you can go to, you know, some of the farmer co-ops and stuff like that. But they'll have it right up in here. You know, it might not be organic, but I mean, fruits, it's easier to get organically, right? A lot of fruits because, you know, most people don't have to do that much. I mean, yeah, they do have to spray for insects and stuff like that, but they don't have to do that. And a lot of fruit can be more organic than vegetables. I'm an old farmer, so I know it's very hard to keep bugs and stuff off the veggies unless you're farming organically and it really worked with the soil in a certain type of way so that the soil is very balanced and isn't conducive to pests and stuff like that. So yeah, these are some of the things that we consider in terms of quality of life, and that's why I personally prefer Brazil to, let me put my camera on me, hey, I prefer Brazil to the States for sure. I mean, I prefer it pretty much to everywhere I've been. When I was living up north in Bahia, there was a whole delivery service straight from a farm in our area, all organic. They made fresh gluten-free bread for us every day. They pressed cane juice for us. The fruits were organic. The vegetables were organic. Bom dia. It was phenomenal, really. I'm checking out, y'all, so give me a second. I just needed a few things because I got a sicky little guy at the house. I'm gonna make sure at least he has some fruit to munch on today. But yeah, man. So it's just you have to weigh it out, really. If you're thinking about moving abroad or whatever, you have to kind of just weigh everything out because I think Brazil is a really good option. But you have to be willing to come here and deal with the fact that the language is going to be tough to learn. It is. You can still somewhat communicate with people here in Sao Paulo in English. There's a lot of English speakers here. But you go up north to Bahia, and like if you leave the city, pretty much nobody speaks English. So yes, in the city they do because they're used to tourists. But as soon as you go into the countryside and you want to see the more country areas of Bahia, it gets a little hectic with the language. Luckily, I've been in and out of Brazil for years, so you know I have some language skills in the Portuguese. But yeah. So, and you guys ask me any question under these videos too, because I haven't been, I used to when I would get on live streams in the morning, people would be interactive, but I guess I'm just getting this thing going again. So yeah, feel free to ask me any questions, even if it's after the fact, when it's just a recording. But, anything you have, questions. We've also lived, a couple of years ago, we were in Costa Rica too. So we were in Brazil for a while, and then we went to Costa Rica. And so we've kind of been doing the Latin thing, Latin America thing. I've been doing that for years. That's always kind of been my go-to. I've always loved Latin America. I was living back in Tulum back in, 2009. Now everybody and their mom is sweating Tulum, right? I'm like, Tulum was always dope. Now I heard it's a little more violent and a little bit more strange, but still, still Tulum, still amazing. But yeah, me and my daughter were living out there, hanging, performing, doing fun stuff, hanging with all the artists and stuff out there years ago, and it was always a vibe. So there's so many amazing places in the world that you can go and experience unique experiences, right? I'm so grateful. I'm grateful I have the relationship I do with Brazil, where I can come back and forth and just tap right back in and feel comfortable here. I'm super comfortable in this city and in this country, really. I'm just comfortable. I don't know what it is. I guess because I've been here several times now. So, it just bees like that. Okay, obrigada. Crédito? Por favor. Yeah, so that is what it is. Sorry to be checking out with y'all. Give me a second. I'm going to jump back on the video in a second. I just want to focus in. But yeah, so here at the checkout, you would let them know if you're doing credit or debit in Brazil, unless you have a local account, you would be doing credit, period. I do have a local bank account here, but aproximação. Já? Não posso ver. Um momentito. Ok, agora sim. Tá?
Ainda.
Ok, perfeito. Por favor.
Essa também, cupom?
Por favor. Okay, so yeah, I'm about to go work, but I'm gonna walk up the road just a little bit to show you a bit of the area. Muito obrigada a vocês, Charles. They're so sweet. Brazilians are so sweet, God. But yeah, so let's walk a little bit before I head back to the house and jump into my work day. So what was I saying to y'all? Okay, that don't be knowing how to do this camera, child. It's been a minute. So I was gonna take you on a little walk with me. So again, this is super urbanized, super urbanized. So it's not gonna be for everybody. Some people, they want to have the idyllic, tropical life somewhere really gorgeous. I love that too, and I've done a lot of that, from the Caribbean to Africa to here in Brazil, different areas. So I love that too. But if you're someone who needs a little bit more, because whenever you do those environments, more than likely you're not going to have the same amenities. You may though. I mean, God, I didn't really want for nothing when I was up north in the paradise parts of Bahia in Brazil. I really didn't want for nothing. So I can't say you wouldn't have the same amenities, but if you just want a different experience, like I have kids, so those kind of small towns and stuff like that can get a little boring and not as exciting for children. And whereas here we have endless things to do, endless museums, endless art exhibits and things to go to, different, Brazilian and indigenous and Afro-Brazilian events to go to. The most amazing, badass parks you've ever seen in your life, where you can, do a lot of tandem bikes. There's lakes and all kinds of stuff at the parks. It's really, really beautiful. It's very much like our urban controlled experience, but it's a nice one. I've always liked it here a lot. I've lived in New York City. I've lived in Atlanta. I've lived in LA. I've lived in Oakland. I've lived in Dakar, Senegal. So I have done some urban dwelling in different parts of the world, but especially in the US. But this is a city that I really, really like. So I was going to take you up the road to start to go down into the area that's like a little bit more posh, but it's doing too much for me out here. A little too busy. So I'm just going to talk It is Monday morning. I gotta go try to go to my bank out here and see what's up with my bank card because we had landed about a week ago and my bank card isn't working. So the last time we were here for over a year. So I was able to finagle some stuff and get myself a bank account here, which is super helpful because in a lot of ways here they don't. You can use your credit card and stuff like that, and your debit card as credit, but because they're almost cashless here, like it's almost like a cashless country. So they have something called Peaks, and Peaks is tapped into your local bank account. So everyone in this country and anyone who's a resident of this country uses Pix for everything. And it's nice because they really could just kind of walk around with their phone and pay for everything. They don't have to have cash on them or debit cards or nothing like that. So they walk around with their phone and all they have to do is like log into their bank account right quick, and pay for whatever transaction they're trying to do. So it's nice. It was a little weird at first getting used to how like electronic Brazil is. People be thinking, oh, this is the third world and stuff. I'm like, this place been gone further than the U.S. has with all of the updates to things and stuff like that. So it's funny when you travel, you get to see the truth about just how the U.S. just really isn't in the front with anything, really, to be honest. If you consider all of this stuff to be progressive, right? But yeah, I mean, a lot of things are like going paperless here. Definitely using money and stuff has become almost like a paperless thing. And you know, some people, they don't like the idea of a cashless society. So I get that. Some people want to put their fingers on the cash. I would say most Brazilians probably barely ever touch cash because they just go Pix. And it's good for them because they don't have to have their cards on them or nothing like that. Because you know, Brazil is a high crime rate in terms of crimes opportunities. So robbery is rampant. I've been robbed here several times in my life. I really shouldn't even be out on this phone right now. Yeah, so I have been robbed here. I've never been robbed in São Paulo. Eu sei. Oh, yep, eu também. No, the sister was telling me now, you better put that phone up, girl, because you out here speaking English and on the phone. So that's why you can't really do all the cutesy stuff here with the, you know, the sticks and all that shit, because people will jack your shit. It's serious out here. That's why I'm like, let me take my ass back to the house. But yeah, but I have had my phone robbed. That was in Rio a couple years ago. My phone was robbed about 2 summers ago. I also have been robbed by, you know, groups of children with broken bottle point in Bahia in Salvador. Or attempted rob. I ran them off. I've been on buses where gunmen come on and kind of, I don't want to say hijack, but like low-key hijack the bus. That was in Salvador, but that was like 20 years ago. You know, I've been robbed. It was another time so I've been like, you will go through crimes opportunity shit if you're not careful out here. So that's why I'm like, I won't be doing a lot of these kind of videos unless I'm somewhere contained where there's like, you know, police around and stuff, like if I'm at one of the city parks and stuff. But yeah, you have to be real aware with your shit unless you just don't care. And you got a lot of phones or you ain't tripping, or, you know, whatever, or you got a burner that you use. But yeah, if you care for your items, you really need to watch them. Here in Brazil, these cats do not play, and they're very fast too. I remember when I got jacked in Rio de Janeiro, I was like walking down the street. It was literally 10 in the morning. I mean, it wasn't late at all. 10 in the morning, walking down the street, I think I had, because usually when I walk in the street, I really don't speak like that. Bom dia. I really don't speak like that. And so I was talking, I said like a couple of words in English to my kids, and that was enough of an alert that my phone might be like a little higher end, which it was not. It was very regular schmegular. But, you know, but it was my phone. It had all my shit on it. And somebody just come up and swiped it, and I didn't even notice for like, I don't know, 10 seconds. We were just on a street corner. We were just on a street corner. Didn't even notice it. I might get cut here in the elevator, but yeah, man. So let me just show you guys out my little spot before I go out. So one of the things I love about Brazil is here in São Paulo, some of the city area, is they love to have a co-working space. So, you know, here we have like co-working, got these little lockers here, somewhere for you to sit up and do your work. It's totally clean. They keep everything clean here. This is like a place where they like cleanliness. Um, and then here, which I'm super into these wall racks right now, so I get up every day, work out, which that's kind of like was my routine on my island too, like daily workouts. And then they have a small laundromat that is very electronically operated, so you have to be able to download apps and scan codes and do all these different things. So if you're someone who can't flow with certain steps of, more electronic things, it's hard to wash laundry here. Yeah, because everything, they don't do coin. I have never seen a coin laundry in Brazil. From top to bottom, from north to south. I've never seen a coin laundry in the last few years. So they got bike racks. So anyway, just wanted to show you how much it like kind of caters to you when you live in these buildings, and they try to have a lot of amenities so you can be just comfortable, you know what I mean? So this is a really quite nice building. So all of them are not like this, and then a lot of them look very old on the outside, and then they'll be refurbished on the inside and renovated. Oh, bon dia. Let somebody out of the elevator. So just like in the Caribbean and other parts of the world, Africa. All right, y'all. So I just entered the house. I'm not gonna have my kids in the camera right now, but yeah, I am going to talk to you. We will get in touch very, very, very soon. I'm going to try to do these every day and show you different aspects of things. But if you have any questions, again, hit me up below. And I hope you have a beautiful, I don't know what day of the week this is. Maybe Monday? I'm not even really sure. Okay, bye.